Okay, we are live. Welcome everybody. Looks like I have a lot of wrenches in here. So welcome you guys. I'm gonna give a few minutes for some more people to join, but real quick, I'm here with Melissa tonight, and we have a very special person on the phone with us. We have Roxana, who is she is the mother of Tammy K. Arthur, who has been missing from Corpus Christi, Texas, since November of 2018. So we are going to talk to Roxana in just a few minutes, but I want to give some more people some time to join. And I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Melissa, how was your Friday? I think yours was kind of hectic. It just comes with the territory, doesn't it? Well, the day after Halloween is always, the kids are always tired. Oh, Lord. So you were glad for that to happen, huh? So they all came to their agreements and all is good in Chicago? Oh. Yeah, and Cobra's not cheap. Oh my goodness. I have had you muted.
You had me muted the whole time.
Oh my God, you were muted the whole time. I'm all having this conversation with myself.
Oh, I'm not repeating myself either.
Oh, hold on. Natalie Andrews in chat. She said, "Hi everyone, I am Chad's niece and would really like to get answers for my grandpa, Chad's dad." Well, Natalie, thank you for joining. And everybody, be aware that we do have family in chat. We do have family actually on Zoom with us. So, yeah, you couldn't hear a word Melissa said, but
Thanks, Jay. I just told my whole life story too.
I know, right? I'm so sorry. Okay, they can hear you now. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Again, for the people that are just joining, thank you for being here on Friday night. We've been talking this week about the Butlers, Michelle and James, who were missing from Corpus Christi, Texas as well, which is what brought our attention to Chad and Tammy was Michelle and James. Michelle and James, I do have some awful news to report, is that the two bodies that were found are Michelle and James. So we want to give our thoughts and condolences to them tonight.
That's so heartbreaking.
It's awful.
I know. I couldn't imagine going through that and just not knowing.
Yeah, and they didn't know. They didn't know for a couple days.
Right.
So, with that being said, yeah, I want to just give our thoughts from J is for Justice to the Butler family. Moving forward, I do have, so that case is what brought this case to light for me anyways. I had never heard of it. And this is the case of Tammy K. Arthur and Chad Michael Peters. They went missing from the same area. Last communicated on November the 9th, 2018 by phone and text. And there is, some things that have happened throughout this case. And we have Tammy's mom, Roxana, on Zoom with us tonight. And we're going to get the story of what happened with this couple from the beginning. And she's going to walk us through her journey because her journey hasn't been an easy one. So, Roxana, I want to welcome you to J is for Justice.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thanks for coming on and being, courageous, and everything you're doing on your Facebook page is amazing, and keeping the word out there for your daughter.
Thank you. First off, I would like to send my condolences to the Butler family. It's tragic, and I just hope they find some peace and comfort through God during this difficult time.
I'm sure you've been on edge as well.
Yes, we have. But we know now that it was the Butlers, and my heart breaks for their family.
Yeah, ours does too. Because you know what they were going through. You're still living that.
Exactly.
Not knowing. For
exactly.
Almost a year, right?
Yes, it'll be a year, November 9th, since we've had any type of communication with Chad and Tammy.
Okay, why don't you take us back? Just give us a little background on Chad and Tammy. What were they doing? Where were they going? What was going on in their life at that time?
Okay. Well, Chad, he had just graduated from the electrical lineman school. Tammy and Chad have been in a relationship off and on for a couple years. Like I said, Chad had just graduated. They were moving to start a new life, and my husband and I live in Texas, and so that's where they decided they wanted to try. So they moved down there and settled in Corpus Christi. Chad, got on with the electrical union there in Corpus Christi. Tammy was doing some online work with a company going into department stores and doing merchandising displays, that kind of stuff. So they were really just starting over and starting a new life for themselves in Texas. They left for Texas in June of 2018. And by November, they're gone. No trace, no communication. Chad's family and I have worked together for almost a year to try and to get answers and to figure out what happened. And it just seems like we've come to a wall at everything we have tried to do. My last communication with Tammy was on October 30th of 2018. My last communication with Chad was November 4th, 2018. Those both were by text messages. And the total last communication was with a friend of Tammy's on November 9th, 2018. And Chad's family hadn't heard from him even longer than that, actually. I think it was the middle of October, the last time Chad had contacted his family. And honestly, I didn't even realize there was an issue with them missing until Chad's family, alerted Facebook, that Chad was missing.
Oh, wow.
And then, I got into contact with his family, and we literally have worked and worked trying to get answers. And like I said, it just seemed like every turn there was a wall. So first we both filed missing persons report with Corpus Christi PD, and basically all that led to was their information being inputted into the database. I contacted the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City.
Roxanne, can I stop you for 1 second?
Yes.
I just want to go back. So you said they moved there in June.
Yep.
So they had been living in Texas for a few months before they went missing.
Yes.
Okay, so what were the circumstances behind, them disappearing? Was there something that happened, or was there something that, I know you said his family alerted, but was it because they just hadn't heard from him?
Yes.
That was the only thing?
Yes. Chad's father, Charles Peters, who is dear to my heart, he is not in very good health. He's older, and Chad, if he didn't contact anybody else, he contacted his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy and Chad visited my home in Abilene, Texas, several times, and they called Charles at least every other day to talk to him and to check on him. So that's what alerted his family. He hasn't called Dad.
That makes sense. I just want to let you know too that Natalie, Chad's niece, is in chat.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Thank you, Roxana, for everything you have done and works with our family."
Natalie, you're so welcome. Chad is near and dear to my heart.
Oh.
We really got close this summer. So I just want to do everything I can to help bring answers or closure, especially for Charles.
Yeah, so that's why we're going to give you the opportunity to tell this story. So let's fast forward back to where we were. Okay. Family's concerned, hasn't heard from Chad.
Right. And it had only been, a couple weeks, probably not even 2 weeks since I hadn't heard from him. So I wasn't concerned at that time because, they were working. They had their life in Corpus Christi. But so I contacted the U.S. Embassy. They took their information and explained to me I needed to file a missing persons report with the Mexican authorities, and they gave me a number. Well, I didn't have international calling on my phone plan, so I went to the Abilene Police Department to ask if a Spanish-speaking officer could assist me. And luckily, an officer came out to my home, called the number with me there, and unfortunately, the number was to a federal detention center in Mexico, and they just weren't happy that we had called there, to file a missing persons report. So that's kind of where the embassy just dropped it. Chad's family were able to get the FBI involved through the field office there in Corpus Christi. We were assigned an agent one day. I got a call, I don't know, a day or 2 days later from Agent David Troutman, who informed Chad's family and myself that Chad and Tammy were seen crossing the border into Mexico several times with their car loaded down with their stuff. So as far as they were concerned, it appeared they moved to Mexico. Agent Troutman explained to me that they were adults, that they were not in distress or didn't appear they were being forced across the border, and that as far as
did Tammy or Chad ever mention to you about visiting Mexico or ever bring up Mexico to you?
Yes. Earlier in October, Chad was at a job in Bruni, Texas that his union had sent him to. Well, they were there for a week, and it rained like the whole week. Like they didn't get any hours in at work that week. So Tammy had texted me one day during that week, and she said, "Mom, Chad and I want to go over to Mexico and have lunch and do some shopping. Can we go over without a passport?" I said, "Tammy, you guys can go, but you probably won't be able to get back." I said, "You have to have a passport to come back into the United States." So she said, okay. I said, do not go. She said, okay, we won't go. That was probably the second week in October.
Well, how were they seen going to and from then if they didn't have a passport?
I have no idea. And Chad,
the camera footage?
I did not see the footage, and I don't think Chad's family had received it either. And at the time, I was not in the mindset to think of something like that. I wish I had.
Right.
I'm hoping to be able to go back and try and witness that footage. At the time, Chad only had a Ohio driver's license, and Tammy only had a Texas permit ID. Neither one of them had birth certificates with them.
Yeah, see, I would find it hard to believe for them to cross back and forth without any passports or birth certificates or anything like that.
Yes.
They didn't offer to show you the footage?
They did not. He basically just told me your family moved to Mexico.
Oh,
they're
wow.
adults.
What?
They're adults, and they don't. Here's what he said: they're adults, and they don't have to call their mom. So So after that, we tried to get help with the U.S. Embassy. Since we all are from Ohio, I was given the name Representative Bob Johnson to contact Higher Representative for help. I did contact them, and they said, well, since you're in Texas, contact Senator John Cornyn's office. So I did that, and I was told I got an immediate response from Senator Cornyn's office. Yes, we can help. Pardon me?
I think we just had a little echo going on, Roxana.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
So I got an immediate response back from Senator Cornyn's office, from his foreign affairs person. She said, yes, we can help. Here's how we can help. We can check jails, we can check hospitals, and we can check morgues. And I said, I couldn't ask for anything more. That would be a tremendous help. So they mail me paperwork. I fill out all this paperwork. I fax it back to them, only to get a letter back stating, due to the Privacy Act of, I think it was 1986, Tammy Arthur and Chad Peters have the right to their privacy. And because they're over 18, pretty much we have to respect that privacy. So there was another wall that I hit. I've contacted the State Department, the U.S. State Department, 3 different times. Talked to a human being right off the bat when the phone rang. Always compassionate, always understanding people. But I was always transferred to another extension where I got voicemails. Left my name, left my number, left why I was calling. I have not got one phone call back from the State Department. Not one.
I'm so sorry.
Me too. Maybe we could have had him home a long time ago and had a better outcome.
It's just sad because it seems like they're just brushing this off, like they didn't want to help with the video. They're probably thinking, oh, they're adults, we don't have time for this, they just moved. So I would demand for those videos of them crossing the border.
I plan to.
We can try to help too as much as we can, and because that's ridiculous.
And that's one thing I was going to tell you, Roxana, is that this happens so often. I can't tell you how much I've seen other YouTubers getting stories like this out there because they're not getting help from the authorities. They're just not getting anywhere. And it's like, you are already emotionally distraught. You're exhausted physically, emotionally. I don't know how one person would figure out all of these different channels to go through.
Exactly. I probably wouldn't have got as far as I have without Chad's nephew, Eric. Eric helped me in the beginning just pushed through all of that. And his sister Diane and Trish, I don't know if I would have got through those first few months without their help. But there was a point in time here in 2019, February, for about 6 months, I literally just had to take a step back.
It's okay. If you need to take a minute, no, you don't be sorry. If you need to take a minute, you go ahead and you can mute and come back when you're ready. No worries.
Okay, I'm okay. There was a time in, probably February, March, where I just felt like I was losing my mind. So I took a step back for, 3-4 months. And I literally, the night before this all took off, I literally was ready to just throw in the towel and take down the group page.
Oh.
Because I am exhausted. So I prayed that night and for guidance from God. What do I do? And literally the next morning, I had 3 messages from 3 strangers saying, "Hey, there's been 2 bodies found. We just saw your daughter and her boyfriend." And that's where all this has taken off, is those 3 messages. And so here we are today, and I am so grateful for everyone. Everyone has pitched in. I mean, when I say everyone, I mean everyone. You guys, strangers messaging me, "Hey, try this. Hey, get in touch with these people." It's been a miracle in itself. But
well, there are people, there's people out there that can help you spread the word. And do you feel like,
is there a GoFundMe set up, Paula?
Is there a GoFundMe page? No.
Yes.
Okay. If anybody wants to
Maybe
help,
you could set one up.
Yeah, if anybody wants to help, that's a way. I mean, what are your efforts at this point, Roxana? What do you need help with? If you could ask for help with anything pertaining to Chad and Tammy, what would it be?
Help with the authorities. Help get them involved. Help getting them to understand. My daughter would not put me through this, and Chad would not put his father through this. They didn't just pack up and move to Mexico. There's no way I will ever believe that.
Right. I don't think a mother would just do that to their children. There's no. And it's been a year, and it's just sad that, I mean, they're adults, but it's a year with no communication.
Exactly. Communication that was every other day or once a day for me. If it wasn't Tammy, it was Chad.
Has anyone been searching in Mexico?
I do have a friend whose husband is from Mexico. He's U.S. citizen, lives in Florida. And he goes to visit his family in Mexico a couple times a year. And he honestly has been there twice in the past year with pictures, and his family go out and they talk to people and they ask people, "Have you seen this couple?" And we've got nothing.
Roxana, I have someone in chat. Did you say you were having a problem with the State Department?
Yes.
Okay, there's someone in chat. It's one of my moderators. His name in chat is True Helper. And he said, if she's having an issue with the State Department, I could help with that. What does she need? So maybe we can put you two into direct contact with one another.
That would be wonderful.
True Helper, can you put your email? Actually, you can send an email to me, at jisforjustice@gmail.com. And then is it okay with you, Roxana, if I give him your number?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, True Helper. Thank you.
Thank you, True Helper.
See, and that's where you're going to get help, is you're going to have people that are listening to you right now that have some kind of way that they can help you. So I want you to be clear about what you need and what your obstacles have been, because you never know who's listening.
Exactly. And like I said, my biggest obstacle has been getting authorities to listen, getting authorities to pay attention to what we're saying. We've had no contact for a year. November 9th will be a year. It is unlike Tammy and Chad to not contact us.
Was there ever a ping on the phone?
Was there what?
A ping from either of their phones?
We did try that. We were told by the phone company that a court order, I think, was needed, and the phone account was in Chad's name, and I don't think his family was able to obtain that.
Now, I also read too in an article that I don't know if it was you or another relative would message her through Snapchat.
Yes, I have been doing that. Probably the last 6 months. Sending her, where are you? Contact me, and every 4 weeks to the day, those messages would be opened, but I would get no reply.
That is so weird.
When was the recent one? How long ago?
3 weeks ago. This coming Sunday will be the 4th week.
Really?
Yes, it's 4 weeks at 10 a.m. I literally was on the last time when it changed from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. 10 a.m.
Isn't there a way to contact Snapchat and get a location?
I am trying to figure that out now. Now I know Tammy's location is on ghost mode. And she only had me and I think one other person as contacts, and that was just a video call, because when her and Chad decided to move, they cut off all their social media. They wanted a new life, a fresh start, and they didn't have Facebook, they didn't have Twitter, they didn't have Messenger, and the only thing they had social media was Tammy Snapchat so that we could video call.
Now, are their phones active now?
No, their phones haven't been active for quite a while.
Okay, so I don't know if you can locate a phone if the phone's not active.
Yeah, I don't think you can. But somehow someone is opening these Snapchat messages regularly and not replying. And I'm not real familiar. Like I said, we just used it to video call.
Right. Well, with a phone, with Snapchat, you can still use the app, even though the phone's not connected, as long as it's a Wi-Fi signal.
Okay. So, I mean, I was under the impression, and I don't know a lot about Snapchat, but I was told that someone to access Tammy's Snapchat, if it's not her opening the messages, they would have to have a Snapchat code for Tammy's Snapchat. Now, I don't know, but I am in the process of figuring out how to get a hold of Snapchat. So
I think they're on Snapchat, you can change it to ghost mode. And if they don't have that on, you can find their location.
Yeah, but
there's got to be, I don't know, there's got to be a number to contact Snapchat. We can try to Google that.
Okay. I just started with the Snapchat thing today because the last 2 days, I mean, all of us, even strangers that are, have joined the Facebook group, they're brainstorming and they're sending me, hey, try this, hey, do this, hey, I sent your flyer, your missing flyer to so and so, and it's just been such a tremendous response. And I got a list every day of things I need to do and people I need to send stuff to. And so Snapchat was up today, and I haven't fully got it in researched yet.
Jay, do you know if there's a number? Because I think that would help a big deal if she has her location on. Because if someone's opening it 3 weeks ago, someone's looking at it.
Like a support phone number?
Yeah, like there's no 1-800 or who owns Snapchat? Because if she has the location on.
I don't know. We can look that up for you, though, for sure, and see if there is. I know you can go to Snapchat support and contact them that way. It looks like you choose an issue, and then down at the bottom, it will, it pulls up different boxes. It shows you how you can contact them, but I don't see a phone number.
Okay.
But we can look at that. We can look at that later and help you with that.
Okay, thank you so much.
But one thing I want to say is there is someone in chat that's saying a couple things. I wanted to ask you if there's any connection with West Virginia.
Not with Tammy and Chad that I know of.
Okay. This person in chat, keeping it real too. If you have some information, please go to the Facebook group, bring Chad and Tammy home, send a message, or can they message? Is that a group or is that a page?
It's a page.
Okay, and so you can message it. Or send me an email. I mean, what kind of information, like, do you have, if someone has some information to give, I should say, what is the contact? Who do you want them to contact?
They can contact myself or Andrea Newman, and they can send a private message on Messenger, or Tammy Estrada, Estrada. They kind of help me keep track of the page and answer questions when I'm not able to get to the questions right away. And like I said, private message is fine.
I also read in an article too that I don't know if it was a family friend or someone seen Chad in Mexico, and he told them that he was trying to look for work to get back home.
Okay.
I think that was on November 2nd, I believe.
I'm not sure when this was. It was when my friend's husband was over there. They were in a little town about 20 minutes in from the border in Nuevo Laredo, I think it was. He had showed a local their picture, and the locals told the gentleman that helps going over there that they had seen Tammy and Chad a couple days before in the little village, and she supposedly, or he supposedly, heard them tell a gentleman, a farmer, that they were looking for work to save money to get back across the border. But we don't even know if that was true. I mean, we know that the person told Tammy's husband that, but we don't know if the person was telling the truth, about seeing them.
I just have a question. They were driving a 2018 silver four-door Honda Accord, right?
Yes.
And that car is missing?
That car has not been seen since they've been missing. That car is missing.
Their car is gone as well?
Yes. Now, there was, I don't know if it was, I want to call it a rumor or what, but supposedly a friend of Chad's received a text message like on November 5th, telling him that the car was stolen with all of our stuff in it. We're going back to Texas. That was supposedly on November 5th, but the car wasn't stolen on November 5th because the FBI says they have footage of the car on November 7th. So they still had the car on November 7th and probably on November 9th, because they were in Texas on November 9th, supposedly.
Okay, and did they have an apartment of their own, or where were they living at the time?
They had an apartment in Corpus Christi.
So what happened with their apartment after they went missing?
Excuse me. Actually, Chad's nephew, Eric, had gotten a hold of the landlord. And Chad and Tammy's lease was up on November 1st, but they didn't know if they were going to re-sign or if they were going to find some other apartment. But the landlord did go in, I'm not sure when, later on that week, the first week in November. And Chad's nephew, Eric, had contacted the landlord. She said most of their stuff was gone, but there were, some stuff left there, and she had already cleaned the apartment out.
Oh, the landlord did.
Yes, not knowing that, hey, something's up,
Oh,
she had
no,
cleaned it
yeah.
out before Eric had contacted her.
Okay. So no clues there.
No clues there.
Okay, this person in chat is repeating over and over to you that you need to look in West Virginia. She said, or he or she said, I'm not trying to give false hopes. I'm saying they look very familiar. They can contact authorities in Kanawha County, West Virginia.
Did you spell that county's name?
Sure. Kanawha.
N-A?
W-A-H-A.
Kanawha?
Kanawha.
Yeah, I know it.
There you go. Kanawha.
They said that that person said they believe that they have seen them several times about 5 months ago.
Okay, and that's West Virginia is like Kanawha County is like an hour from where we're from.
Oh.
Yeah, they said Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah, that's Kanawha County.
Where would you have seen them at? Keeping it real, like at a store or?
I believe I may have Charleston, West Virginia several times 5 months ago.
Okay.
Roxana, is there any reason to indicate that they wanted to disappear or no? I mean, you've kind of made it clear that no, you don't think that they were running from anything. They wouldn't lose contact with family like they have.
No.
Where are they from? They're from Ohio, correct? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so they're from Ohio. What's the West Virginia connection?
I think it's just close by.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
close by.
Yeah.
Kanawha. How did I? Yeah, I didn't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. we're from Appalachia, so I'm surprised you guys can even understand my accent.
Your accent is not very bad. I mean,
no, it's not at all.
Well, I've been away from there for almost 5 years, so.
Okay. No, I've heard. No, I listened to a very thick Southern drawl on the daily. So you are nothing. You are nothing. Do we have accents to you, Roxana? Little bit.
Little bit.
I'm from I'm from Michigan, and Melissa's from Chicago.
Oh, now I really did think Melissa had an accent when she first came on.
Oh my God, I don't think I have an accent at all. And everyone says that.
You do.
My youngest daughter lives in Appleton, Wisconsin, and she's been up there since 2007. She went to college up there. And literally, you sound just like her talking. She has picked up that northern accent herself, so
This Keeping It Real too is very adamant about. They just said, please contact police in Charleston.
okay. In Charleston, okay.
Yes.
Okay, and the last time they saw him was 5 months ago?
Yes, they said several times 5 months ago.
Okay.
Are they
Wow,
saying
that's
where they ran into them, or?
I asked and they didn't say anything. I don't know if it was at a store. They just said, yes, call them.
okay. Okay, well that's something. The only, I mean, the
Yeah,
other
but where
thing,
did they see them several times? Was it at like a
Yeah.
Walmart or a Target or the grocery store? I mean,
a
Can you be more
restaurant.
specific, keeping it real? Like, what were they doing
because
when you saw them?
I
What?
could see if they saw them one time, but this person is saying they saw them several times.
Right. And keeping it real, if you have some information, please,
Please private message me.
yes.
No
Okay, so
question.
Roxana, what is the best way to reach you? Do you have an email address?
I do. It
Can
is,
you give that, and then I will put it up in chat.
yes, it's,
They said they believe I saw them once at the SSA in Charleston. I don't know what the SSA is.
Social Security Administration.
Oh, okay.
Would there be a reason that they would be at the SSA?
well,
Is somebody disabled, or?
well, when Tammy and Chad first moved to Corpus Christi, they were in a car accident, and Tammy had a couple fractured discs in her back that she was, receiving treatment for. So, possibility, a real possibility.
Hmm. Okay, what is your email, Roxana?
Okay, it's all little letters. R Regal, that's RIEGEL at rocketmail.com.
Okay, so keeping it real, is that where you believe you saw them the several times that you've
Yes.
seen them? Was just at the SSI
And how
office?
did they look? Did they look like they were in danger or anything, or health? Like, I mean, did they look fine?
Is there anything else, Roxana, that you would
wait, hold
like everybody to know?
What is their last name?
Oh, it's go ahead, Melissa.
Go ahead, you can say it.
No, go, you do it.
It's Tammy Arthur and Chad Peters. She saw them at the SSA and around that area.
Okay.
Or
She's-
she.
They looked fine, but kind of down on their luck.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, keeping it real too. And if you have anything further, please email me. If you think of anything else, please email me.
Yeah, keeping it real, if you could email her anyway, just so she has
Right.
a contact. Yeah, True Helper, why don't you also just email her directly? That's a good idea. There it is. Have authorities contact SSA. See, she's having a lot of trouble with the authorities. So
Yes.
if you could email her, and maybe you guys, there's a way you can work together. Because this is a lot, So if you would please email Roxana, even if you want to stay anonymous, whatever. If you could just
Absolutely.
contact her and just be in touch with her, it would be wonderful.
It would be so greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much, keeping it real, for standing up and saying something.
See how one live can make a difference and help
Yeah.
out and getting the word out there?
Crazy.
Absolutely. I wish I had this, a year ago.
When it first happened, yeah.
Yeah. And these aren't even authorities. These are just real regular people like me, that
Yeah.
that are doing the most. And I so appreciate each and every one of them.
Absolutely. And with the internet and with social media, we can really do a lot. A lot of
Right.
times the news is what they're watching YouTubers
Yes.
go live because they're getting all of this information first.
Yes. I did a phone interview with K3 TV out of Corpus Christi last night.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. So, and that was from seeing our group page about him.
So do you feel like the Butler's case kind of brought Tammy and Chad's case back to the forefront?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
huh?
It breaks my heart, the
Yeah.
ending for that family.
It does me
But
too.
it truly has put Chad and Tammy back in the possibility of us finding them, us getting answers, and I so appreciate that.
So if anybody has any more information they would like to get to Roxana, I did put her email in the description of this video. I also put the link to the Facebook group in the description of the video. Is there any other contact info that you would like out there?
Just if they want to send me a private message, I'm fine with that too.
Okay, on Facebook.
Yes.
Very good. Let's see if we have any questions in chat. Melissa, do you want to take some questions for Roxana?
Sure. Let's see. Truther Sleuther said, "Hey Jay, if Keeping It Real has a police phone number, can you call?"
Oh, while we're live? No, not going to do that.
Yeah, I'll call when we get off here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to let her do that. And you probably want to do that because this seems like...
Yeah, this person seems very adamant that
they're very adamant that they've
yes.
seen them, and you've been waiting a long time
Yeah.
to get any kind of leads. So they're very adamant that they... What I would like to do, Roxana, is kind of let you wrap up whatever else you want to get out there. And then I'm going to let you hop off here and go make that call.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to plead to anyone, if you have anything, even if it's just you think it's nothing, please just contact me. Email, private message on Facebook. No detail is too small. The slightest detail could lead us right to them. And I just want to again give my condolences to the Butler family, and I just want to tell everyone out there that are involved and that are starting to get involved how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's bring Chad and Tammy home. Let's put Chad's dad's worries and concerns to an end, and just let him be able to live a happy life. And thank you guys so much for having me on. And
you're very welcome. It was actually a pleasure to have you on. I hope that this gets you somewhere. I hope that you get some answers and can find your daughter and find Chad. And I want to thank Natalie in the chat for being here. And that's Chad's niece. You guys all miss them, and you need some answers and you need some conclusion to this open-ended.
Absolutely.
Here's a question from chat. Have they looked into getting a private investigator?
That has been looked into. And I can't go any further than that. But it has been looked into.
And if that's something that you wanted to explore, that's a good reason to have a GoFundMe, to raise money for something like that, to assist you in your efforts. So,
yeah, I never really thought about, doing a GoFundMe. for something like that. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The
You know-
person said in chat, please tell the police they were spotted SSA Courier Street, Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay.
SSA. It's
Courier.
Quarrie.
Okay.
IER.
IER. Okay.
Keeping
Okay,
it
thank
real,
you.
please send Roxanne an email too.
Yes, please. I look forward to hearing from you.
Oh, Court, is that you? Is that Courtney? I think Courtney's in chat, the cousin of James. Courtney, if that's you, we're so sorry for the outcome. Our heart breaks for you. She said, thank you, Roxana, and to everyone for all your thoughts and prayers. We appreciate everything you've done for the Butlers. Many hugs. Aw, it is her, yeah.
Aw.
Keeping It Real said that they're going to have friends there look around too.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and he or she is going to email you.
Thank you so much, Keeping It Real.
All right, well, listen, Roxana, you have my number.
Yes.
Let's keep in touch because I want to try to help you with the Snapchat thing, and
Yes.
you know, keep me posted on any changes. We can let everybody know of any changes. And
I wonder if Facebook owns Snapchat because my cousin works for Facebook.
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I know they own Instagram, I think, but I don't know about
yes. I'm gonna have to message her and I'll ask her and see if she knows anything about that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Roxana. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Let us
And I will
know.
keep in touch.
Yes, absolutely. Keep in touch. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
It was a pleasure talking to you ladies and everybody out there. I just want to give a big thank you to.
All right. Thanks, Roxana.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
You too.
Wow. What a sweet lady. What a sweet lady.
Yeah. My heart breaks for her. Every time she cried, I just wanted to cry myself.
I know.
Oh.
She's a strong lady. I can't imagine going through this for a year.
I know. I couldn't imagine. I mean, and just having that phone call too about the bodies, and then
I can't imagine what this
butlers as well. That's just so heartbreaking.
It is. It's horrible. It's not. That really wasn't the outcome that I was really expecting. I honestly didn't think it was them, and
I didn't think it was either.
It's awful. All right, well, I guess we can wrap things up and keep this short so that other people, when they replay it, they get down to the subject at hand. That's very important, is helping find Chad and Tammy. If you have not joined the Facebook group, the link is in the description. It is Bring Chad and Tammy Home. Yeah, Bring Chad and Tammy Home.
Yes.
And then also, if you have any, hey Yolanda, if you have any information you would like to get to Roxana, who is Tammy's mom, she was on with us just a few minutes ago. She did get a lead in chat, so
That
she
was
is
really good. I did not expect that, but
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Oh my gosh,
it's really neat that we could do that. But yeah, you guys watch the replay if you are just joining. Yeah, the Glarer, you're gonna have to just subscribe and keep up on this. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks, Melissa. And we will keep tabs on this.
yeah, because I really want to look into that snap, because if she has her location on and someone just opened the snap 3 weeks ago, there's got to be a location of where they're at, or where they can go and look, because someone's opening it. because you
Yeah, I mean,
necessarily don't have to have a phone connected. It's just as long
right,
as they have Wi-Fi on their phone.
right. They
So,
don't have to have data.
right, exactly.
But does that ever like glitch where it can show as red? I mean, I don't use Snapchat. So,
I don't, no, I don't think it glitches like that because when you send it, I think it says delivered, and then you could see when someone's typing.
that's true. That's true. Thank you, Alexis. They don't, I didn't get that they had family in West Virginia, Kim. I think it was just near where they lived in
Yes.
Ohio.
Yes, that's what she said.
Okay, so it sounds like if you open it, someone's truly opening it.
Yeah, she said she's been doing it for 4 weeks. Did she say? Or every week she would send them a message, and for 4 weeks straight, I think they were being opened. And the last one was 3 weeks ago.
I mean, you just never know. I mean, I'm not trying to make assumptions. You never know what's going on in someone's life that may make them make certain decisions.
Right.
But I certainly hope that they can locate them and at least give the parents some peace of mind that they're okay. It's the
Or
not knowing.
maybe, maybe they heard this live and heard Tammy's mother and, could see the pain in her voice, and maybe they'll reach out.
The Glarer says that he has a wild theory. And I said, do you want to call in? But now I'm kind of taking that back because I don't know if it's going to be appropriate. And I don't know what I'm asking for. So why don't you message that to me?
Well, I want to know.
Glarer. I know, I want to know too.
Just call in.
Yes. Let's see what he says. I don't have the number up. Yeah, even if they're running, just reach out and let your family and kids know you're okay.
Right.
Camo Country Girl, what's up? Chad was raised in MacArthur, Ohio. Yeah, he can call in if he wants. He just has to let me know and I'll give him the number.
I think the not knowing is the hardest part. I agree.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I can't imagine every day living this for a year. Let alone someone in chat said that their son was kidnapped 17 years ago.
Oh, I read that. Yeah.
And they still had no answers. If that person is still here, send me an email.
I think it was the Truther Sleuther.
It was Truther Sleuther.
Oh, they're there.
Oh, they're still here. I'm going to give her my address. And look at the Glarer. He went all freaking silent. Crickets.
And I'm sure the last couple of days have been extra hard on Roxana too, with, the bodies being found and just the anticipation of finding out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure she's just emotionally drained.
Yes.
That's why I'm glad. Like a lot of times in chat, we get these people that come out of the woodwork and they're like, I'll help. I can do this. Like now she has True Helper and she has Keeping It Real. Those are two people,
Yes.
Start a little network and you'll get things done. And yeah, Janice, I don't know how they would cross the border without a passport.
Back and forth a few times.
Doesn't make any sense.
I honestly think whoever she talked to about that, I think they just gave her the runaround because they probably didn't want to, they're adults,
I mean, and I get that to a certain point because you do have the right to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, what if you wanted to disappear and the authorities were hounding you down? You'd be like, what the hell? I'm an adult. Right. So there is kind of a fine line, and I get it's frustrating for the people that don't know where their loved ones are, but then there's also the right to to
Well,
go
right,
and
and
disappear.
especially with no communication for a year, that's unusual. So,
Yeah, yeah. And if she's saying that's out of character, especially with
right.
Chad and his dad's health, then I have to believe that, you
Yeah,
know.
because I think he talked to his dad every other day.
So sad. And I can tell that breaks Roxana's heart.
Yes. Oh, he doesn't want to call in.
No, he says, I'm not sharing that here. I don't know nearly enough about the case to say it out loud. Well, you shouldn't have spewed that little teaser in chat then. But I
Oh,
still would
Chad's
like to.
dad is in his 80s.
Oh,
Oh, that's so sad.
no, I think the glare maybe next time.
Oh, thanks, Livewire.
Oh, Livewire. Mods are effed up on this channel. Block my other account because I spoke out against Chris Watts. Oh, they're gone. Never mind.
Wow.
Okay. Truther. Okay, I'll send you an info and an email when I get off work Sunday. Well, absolutely. Thank you so much. I would love to hear your story. And the glare, it's Friday night at 11 o'clock.
Yes, Michelle, that is him.
This wouldn't break the case. We'd never know and get no closure if that were the case. What? Chad is the youngest of 5 children. Oh, yeah. My dad's in his 80s too, and I'm the youngest of 6. I get it. Did she say that he had just finished plumber's apprentice school or
Electrical
electrical
lineman.
lineman. Okay.
And he couldn't do much work because it was raining so much. Jay, can Georgia Dog call in?
No, not tonight. I'm the baby of 6 too. Okay. But only 5 alive now. Same here, Beth Wade. I'm sorry. I lost a sister. I think I understand what you're laying down, Will. It has to do with crossing the border several times.
Yeah, but they don't know if that's for certain though.
Yeah,
There
the
was
mom never
Roxana
even
never
saw it.
seen- Yeah, right. And they never even offered it to her to see the video. So that's not even for sure if they actually did that. Which would make sense because if there was no proof of them crossing the border and now someone's saying they're in West Virginia, they could have never crossed the border in Mexico.
Right. I mean, if G-Dog wants to call in, he can. He knows that. I don't think he wants to, though. Everybody always wants him to, and he doesn't ever want to.
I can't even understand him.
You can't? I have a hard time sometimes, too. When he talks really fast and, like, runs his words together, that's when I have a hard time.
Yeah, let's hear his opinion.
I mean, I hate to speculate too much, but it is a very weird case. I hope that they are alive and well and just...
Yeah, see, Natalie, if someone saw them in West Virginia, I don't think they ever crossed to Mexico, especially back and forth with no passport and no one has seen camera footage. I don't buy that.
Oh, Stephanie, his southern twang he's got thick southern accent.
What is it? Oil?
No, it's old.
Oh.
He doesn't say oil. He says old. What else was I gonna just say?
Cub, I know the feeling.
She needs to call a homeless shelter. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. All right, so their car is missing, but it's like no one's gonna be looking for their car because there's no missing person, right? Like,
Well, I mean, you know what? Do they have they could put a missing car alert out, can't they?
well, I don't know.
Because if they're not going to do a missing persons. I mean, the car hasn't been paid. So that's going to be repossessed if they find it.
Come on, Georgia dog, call in. What do you mean, Natalie? Working in addiction in Ohio and just trying to think about Mexico. I can't even. What do you mean, addiction? Oh, good night, Chrissy.
Good night, Chrissy.
My cat has an oil leak. My car. Michelle and her typos. Michelle uses a droid, so if you see Michelle typing and having a lot of misspellings and typos and things that don't make sense, just excuse her because she is a droid user. Cheryl T says old too. How else would you say it? My mama was from Georgia. Camo Country Girl says, come on, G-Dog. I bet I got that southern accent beat. LOL. Rose, I don't know. You know, I don't know what people go through in their lives where they feel like they need a fresh start. And her saying that just kind of, I kept hearing her say that in my mind, like they wanted a fresh start. Oh, you work with opioid affected families and what they do and go through here in Ohio, and hearing what goes on in Mexico is a different world. So is there an opioid connection to this case, Natalie? I just don't want anybody to take your comment and misconstrue it. True helper, thank you so much.
Cops can put out an APB, but they can't do. I mean,
an APB for what? What are they going to put an all points bulletin out for?
The car.
Right, but why? What are they going to say? Well, they haven't contacted their parents in a year?
Yeah, I don't know what they would say because it's not like it's stolen or anything. They just defaulted on the payments. So I don't know how that would work.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Natalie said that Chad has history, yes, and he is why I wanted to go in this career path to help others. Aw. Do you think that their disappearance may have something to do with that, Natalie? Or was he recovering at that point? Yeah, I don't want to get too personal.
Yeah, but even if that was the case, I mean, it's out of character for him not reaching out to his dad. That's what, throws me off. Defaulting on payments is stealing?
I guess if the car isn't paid for. I wasn't thinking about the loan. Oral. GD says oral. I'm not sure if he was clean or not at the time. Communication with him was very little when he was still in Ohio. Well, it helps when we have a former head of the DEA, FDA married into my fam, and I've served with an old friend who happens to work at the State Department in Washington. Oh my gosh, true helper. Georgia dog. It's like I'm from a different planet or something when I speak here. LOL. They like you, not from. Wait. Oh, LOL. They're like, you're not from here, are you? I say, hell nah. He thinks he doesn't have an accent. And like,
oh, really? Oh my gosh.
Oh, hi, Aiden.
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
What?
Are you my little boyfriend, Aiden?
No.
No. No.
Aiden's like, hell nah. Oh my gosh, True Helper. That is so funny. Oh, now everybody wants to hear his accent. Just call in for a minute, G-Dog. I did. I got totally turned down by Aiden. Like, he's like, no, that little shit. Where'd he go? He take off?
He's in the front room.
Oh, he's in. Oh, I forgot to call you Lala.
Lala front room.
Lala front room. He's a newer mod, Rose. He's been coming to my lives for a while though, a long time, and I made him a mod last live. True Helper said Aiden sounds like a little adorable bad arse.
Didn't you say he sounds British one time?
He did sound British. Yes, I can't remember what he said. I'm in the front room.
Blue. No, he said blue.
Blue? Okay, well, it is like pulling teeth, and I'm not going to give him that kind of attention. So if G-Dog is going to be stubborn and not call in and let everybody listen to his deep Georgia drawl, then I'm not going to beg him. You guys sit there and beg him, and he sits there and just gloats in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he likes the attention.
Rose has a droid too. I'm sorry, Rose. Oh, True Helper's a mod on Scott Reich's channel and Zav. This is the Zav girl. I like the Zav girl.
Oh my God, Michelle, that was so funny.
Yeah, what did Aiden yell out the window at the neighbors?
Oh my God, I don't want to say it.
Oh, is it something bad?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, not really bad, but it's just, he needs to stop watching YouTube.
Okay, we're not going to repeat that then.
Oh my God.
G-Dog, you calling in or what?
Why doesn't he want to call in?
I don't know. He gets all nervous. That's what he says anyway, but I think he likes all the ladies wanting to hear his voice and stuff, so he like waits, and then he's just gonna like all of a sudden call in one live, like, oh, all right, here I am, Georgia Dog. People in Georgia crack me up. Instead of saying I'm taking this home, they say I am going to carry this home. Also, instead of saying someone is mean, they call it being ill. He says ill. Why are you being ill?
He said, yes, honey, that's it.
Whatever. I know how you operate, G-Dog. I do have Kim, that's hilarious. He says that too. Why are you being ill? I mean,
why are you being ill?
Yeah, and he means like why?
Mean?
Yeah, like why you being mean? Like why you being so ill to me? And I think, what? Ill? Time to get ill? I feel sick. Like ill is sick. But I have a really good idea, and you guys, since you're in chat right now, and we have Georgia Dog. I had a really cool idea for a live. So I've been like looking up different slang, that like Northerners use. And then I've looked up slang that Southerners use. And I thought it would be really fun to have a live and like ask him certain things that like
that
Northern.
Would be fun.
Yeah, like Northern things. And then he can ask me the Southern things. Fixin' to, yeah. I say fixin' to, though.
I never heard anyone say that until I came to YouTube.
I'll call in if it's through an app. It's the Zoom app, Blair. Now he wants to call in.
He'll
All
call
right.
in if it's through an app. Why? Because he has a droid.
No. The Glairer said that, not.
I know.
Oh, does the Glairer have a droid too?
Well, he's like, I'll call in if it's through an app. Are your minutes out?
Yeah, right. What does that mean?
Moto.
All right, it's the Zoom app. Do you have the Zoom app? If you do, we can chit chat for a little bit.
He said wants to call. That's a stretch, but LOL.
Whatever. There's the meeting number, Glairer, if you want to call.
Oh, now we're gonna get like pranks now.
I know. I just opened up that can of worms.
Howard Stern.
The milkman.
Yeah.
I hate to run on this live though. After Roxana hung up, but okay.
Well, we could give it like an extra 5 minutes, and if no one calls.
Yeah, if you're gonna call, we'll call now. I might start a new chat. What do you think? You want to start a new one?
Yeah, if you want to. That's fine.
Well, you can stay right there. You don't even have to do anything.
That's true. Jay, what state are you in?
Kim, I'm in Michigan. You can download Zoom on your crappy Droid phone. Absolutely.
When I read that, it sounded, can I download Zoo?
Zoom. All right, I'm going to end this live and start a new one. So give us, like, actually, we can stay on here for a minute while I do it. It is, yeah, it's getting cold here. It snowed yesterday. It didn't stick, but it still snowed. Well, is that Aiden?
Yes, Aiden and Aiden.
Can I talk to Aiden for a second?
Oh, jeez. Aiden, here, someone wants to talk to you.
Hello.
Well, hello, Mr. Aiden.
I didn't know me.
I thought you were my boyfriend.
No.
Really?
I'm 5.
Oh, you're 5? Well, that's okay. I'm 6.
Sis, I don't talk to Sis.
You don't talk to 6? You don't like 6-year-olds?
I don't talk to Sis. I don't talk to Sis.
Oh, he's going to turn to 6.
Oh, you're going to turn to 6? Well, when you turn to 6, then we can talk, okay?
Sing congratulations.
The battle races. More was outside of the patient.
He loves Post Malone.
Very and also fun. And
He is so funny. I love him.
He sounds like a drunk little old man.
Okay, I'm starting a new live, so give me 2 seconds, you guys, and I will be going live again.